Hello, Champion Patriots. John and Lemme here, the founder of Conservative Business Journal and the host of the CBJ Real News podcast show. And you can see tonight, I'm actually doing our show live, this episode, in our Faith Stands and Fear Run, one of our top favorite shirts. We have a wide variety. As you know, we had our Conservative Marketplace TV episode over the weekend, and we highlighted all of the shirts and our trademark line for years. And people love these 5 words: is Faith Stands and Fear Runs. And that's obviously available at conservativemarketplace.com. Make sure you take a look at the Conservative Marketplace TV show we did over the weekend, and I'll still make the offer available for you. Every shirt you invest in, you will receive 5. I'll say it again: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a red, white, and blue Faith Stands and Fear Run wristbands. When people put these on, they don't take them off. 5 Faith Stands and Fear Run wristbands per patriotic shirt investment. And tonight, I'm doing this episode in the shirt because what I'm going to cover is going to be very controversial. It's going to move people. It's going to have people make a decision to stand strong. And tonight's show is titled, it's very powerful, Never Compromise. As you guys know, I always teach, grab a pen that writes and take notes, because note takers are history makers. And never compromise, how to live as a conservative in a compromised world. You know, last Tuesday, 6 days ago, or by the time listening to this, a week ago, I delivered a message at my favorite group to speak for, Trumpsters Tuesday Therapy Group, co-founded by Lisa Menk and Tommy G, the 2 founders of Trumpsters Tuesday Therapy Group. And I believe they have the greatest grassroots patriotic group I've spoken for in the country, and they're based here in beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And they're going to be heading on over to Naples. They're actually 2 of our keynote speakers at our We the People Fight Back event, June 3rd, June 4th, and they're gonna lay out their vision, how they accomplished what they accomplished. And I delivered a message last Tuesday, and it moved many people. Many of you saw the email that I sent out, and this individual patriot said, "John, look, you were speaking to me." And I know there was many people there, and you were live streaming it, and it became your podcast, and it went out to hundreds and thousands of people. But that message was as if you were speaking to me directly, as if you said, you know, that night I said, you know, someone's life's going to change forever. And I believe today on this CBJ Real News podcast show, I believe the words I'm going to share will move someone to never compromise. Inside the word compromise is promise. I've written 20 books. I've averaged 1 book per year. I'm not this new grifter. I'm not this new self-proclaimed influencer. And I take the word influence very powerful. You know, last week it's been some interesting situations in my personal life to really understand the depth of people's hearts about greed and decisions long term, and it just takes you to the next level in life. You know, and I'll be 57 this year. I'm not some young kid in the 30s or 20s or early 40s. I've been writing for 20 years. My wife and I have traveled the entire world, 26 countries, international. I've spoken in every state across America, in every province in Canada, when you were obviously able to go to Canada and it wasn't communist Canada. I say that not to impress you, but impress upon you. This isn't a game to me. This isn't how much money can I make in an event, or how much money can I make. I talk about that in my book, that I can't stand salespeople. Salespeople suck. Salespeople sell anything to anyone to make money, versus a marketer truly is passionate about the product or service they move to the end-line consumer. I'm very passionate about this message about compromise. You know, inside the word compromise is promise. When you make promises to yourself, promises are based on honor and integrity. You know, when you create a recipe, and there's a recipe for life success. And in my first book, I dedicated my book to my grandparents, my parents, my mother-in-law, Debbie, my wife. And it's in my first book I wrote 20 years ago. And I talk about my grandfather, about integrity. I look at him in my studio here. I look at him in my home office, and it's all about integrity. It's all about honor. It's a lost value these days, especially in the conservative world. Everyone's chasing money. I mean, I could have a 7-figure, I could have a multiple 7-figure deal hosting a on-air radio show. Even as I say this, it just cringes my skin, because 99% of people would do it. There's no doubt they would do it. If I just took the vaccine, double vaxxed, it's even asinine as I say that. I could sign a contract, because I'm considered one of the top influencers and experts in the area of conservatism since we founded Conservative Business Journal, one of the most banned voices out there, 5,400 videos, all that stuff. But I compromise integrity for what? Money. When somebody compromises their integrity for money, it's the beginning of the end. A seed predicts the fruit. You know, when you grab an apple, and in all my books, I talk about the fruit, and I talk about that the root predicts the fruit. That the fruit of someone's life, the harvest, is determined by the seed. And last Tuesday, I delivered a very strong message, and I believe this message will also transmit the incredible airwaves through our podcast platform and our show this evening. And those of you watching us, like, share, subscribe. Obviously, follow us on Telegram, Rumble, and Cloud Hub at CBJ Real News. That's our channel, CBJ Real News. That's where you can find us and subscribe on those platforms. And on a smartphone, just search out Conservative Business Journal. We're ranked in the top 1% of all podcasts. We're top 1%. But the podcast is on the Conservative Business Journals, the podcast on our app, Conservative Business Journal. And you can even hear my focused, authentic passion and commitment that tonight I want someone to get this message. Most people will not make decisions that will change your life. Most people will not allow decisions to change your life. They will alter their decisions based upon money and relationships. And I'm saying this to somebody tonight because somebody has to hear this. Like last Tuesday when I spoke. When I spoke last Tuesday, it moved people. So I'm going to give you tonight 3 secrets on how to live all out as a conservative in a compromised world. Now, I believe that it takes one person to make a decision to change lives. And I've written many books. And one of my quotes is, you can make a decision today that will change tomorrow forever. And for those of you that follow me on Telegram, and I say Facebook, but I'm massively sensitive on Facebook, I am posting, if not one quote, 2 or 3 quotes a day. I've written a book, 177 motivational success quotes. I've also got a second book coming out with 300 quotes in them. So I have close to 500 quotes. And I'm going to start pumping those quotes out every day. And I publish a quote today that says, you can make a decision today. Who, Lemme? You have to realize that most people have low self-belief, low self-esteem, bad associations. They've been emotionally abused their whole life. People have talked down to them. They've compressed one's belief because of that person's lack of belief. And when I say I'm an influencer, I don't take the word influence lightly. I know that when people listen to my podcast shows or come out to my events, who I put up on that stage and that platform is a representation of my heart. I'll say it again. Who I decide as my wife and I, as a host of events, of the We the People Fight Back events. I say an event changes lives, not a rally. It's not about numbers. It's about lives. It's not about money. It's about making a difference. Pay attention here, people. There's a war on integrity in this world. I had a great conversation with a true Christian. Most Christians will not make the Gideon cut in this day and age, and it has to do with integrity, choices, and decisions. So I challenge all of you as you listen to this today. We are in a battle of our lives right now in America. We do know that, and it takes faith. It takes one to stand by faith. Faith stands and fear runs. People go, I'm standing by faith. People go, I don't know if I make that decision. Most likely you look back in life and you see, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should have made that decision. A mistake made once is human. A mistake made twice is arrogance and ego and pride before the fall. So I want to give you 3 secrets. Secret number 1. Now the word secret is actually defined as not known by the general public, not known to the general public. The average person in America will not do this. Secret number 1 is keep speaking the truth. No matter how people try to compromise you and compress your voice, keep speaking the truth. Look, I'm one of the most censored voices out there when we live stream, when we go live. I appreciate Cloud Hub. Cloud Hub is uncensored, no holds barred, and I appreciate that. We had close to 10,000 views on my Conservative Marketplace TV updates, and make sure you guys do follow us on Cloud Hub, CLOUTHUB.com, cloudhub.com. On the search, put CBJ Real News, all quote unquote, all the letters together, and subscribe to our channel and follow us. Same for Rumble and Telegram, CBJ Real News. And, but like on Facebook, and I showed this last week when I spoke at Trump's Tuesday Therapy Group. I used to be on Twitter. I used to have 100 to 150,000 live viewers. Now we probably have 3. I have 130,000 followers on Facebook between the 8 groups we operate, personal page and groups, and we have a handful of people on. But I'm not going to speak in code, because when you compromise your voice to the cabal, the big tech. God is watching you, and you're compromising. You're not speaking the truth because you're worried about views. I'm not worried about views. I'm concerned about integrity. I'm concerned about long-term vision versus views. And it takes one person to make a decision to transform and change the world. The word transformation means a miraculous change in appearance from within. I wrote a whole book about transformation, and you're going to start to see me really unleash. I'm not some 20 or 30-year-old influencer, quote unquote. 56, I'll be 57 this year. I ain't a kid. A lot of kids are playing games in this world right now. They're really playing games. So I challenge all of you to keep speaking the truth and write that down. Say, I am going to keep speaking the truth in your family, in your community, in your business. I rolled out Making Capitalism Great Again University. And those of you interested in discovering more about how to run a business, operate a business, customer service, principles, marketing, everything that has a business to prosper. Because right now, and I've been interviewed 67 times now in 5 weeks between Christian Broadcast News Network, Dove TV, and a variety of podcasts, radio shows, and etc. And I don't hold back. And I said it from the beginning, the war, 15 days to flatten the curve was what? Shut down the economy. I'll say it again. 15 days to flatten the curve is to shut down the economy. You shut down the economy, you drive a socialism, communist, government control community into your community. And when the government controls your mindset, it controls your money. And when your money is controlled by the government, they're out to kill you. So there's a war for capitalism. And those of you interested, I sent the email out today to my email list. You can visit. This is a long URL, but I'll give it to you. It's Making Capitalism Great Again University.com. The word making, the word capitalism, and the word great again university.com. Making Capitalism Great Again University. And anyone interested, you guys can always call or text us. I know, especially listening to this podcast and you're driving, and because many of you listen to it on your smartphone or on all the different areas between Stitcher, SoundCloud, Alexa, Sirius, Listen Notes. We're on every podcast platform out there. So you go to Making Capitalism Great Again University.com. And you're going to start to see me do classes and shows all about marketing. I've done boot camps at the Ritz-Carlton. I travel the whole world. I'm considered a international expert when it comes to marketing capitalism. And that's why the war is about capitalism. And you see, here's the problem. I see too many people compromising for money. Case in point, vaccine restrictions hit Major League Baseball. This is in a Wall Street Journal. I have a double major. I have a double major in business. I have a major in management, a major in marketing, a minor in psychology. I had an opportunity getting my MBA, my master's of business administration at Long Island University. I had a full scholarship. I was magna cum laude. I graduated college and a number 2 business student out of 10,000. And, you really don't hear me speak about that too much, but I do when I'm interviewed on the other side about capitalism, about conservatism. The problem, the reason why we're losing is conservatives compromise. They stop speaking the truth. And right here it says, look, unvaccinated players won't be allowed to enter Canada to play the Toronto Blue Jays. Major League Baseball players have been more reluctant to take the COVID-19, it's not a vaccine, by the way, than their counterparts in any of the other American professional sports. Now, that decision could have a significant impact on how the upcoming season unfolds. Now, 99% of conservative hosts can't broadcast this because they're vaxxed, because they coward. Now, in life, you make choices. Someone goes, you vaccinated. I guess what? Polio or chickenpox? Yeah, but what? COVID? That's a scam. It doesn't exist. It's a virus. CDC kills people. Remdesivir, an event. Now, I've done 29, 31 shows based upon that between Dr. Betsy and Dr. Chris. There are 2 main doctors that will be at all my events speaking because they're expert doctors. They're not COVID celebrities. They're expert doctors in both of their fields, and they've transformed and saved many thousands and thousands of lives. They're not wannabe influencers, wannabe people on stage speaking, wannabe. And anyone that doesn't address the issues that Dr. Krista speaks about, and she wrote a book about Big Pharma 6 years ago. She's not a wannabe. She's not a wannabe. And obviously, Dr. Betsy, as you know, one of the best out there, and you're going to see a show this week featuring Dr. Betsy. So I'm getting, and I'm I'm fired up tonight because I have to speak the truth. I'm not going to compromise my honor and integrity for anything. So I challenge all of you in your personal values, your belief, traditional marriage. I did a post about Dave Rubin. I think it's insane where people put people on stage of that are, homeless, they're married. It's an abomination in the Bible. They're compromising. Once again, you have a right to unfollow me and unfriend me. That's why look how censored I am when I go live, because big tech knows I'm speaking the truth. So never compromise your values. Keep speaking the truth, because you're going to get to a point where you said, I should have said that. I should have opened my mouth. You have to speak the death and life and the power of your tongue. The ability for words to speak, to communicate. Words are powerful. And that's why you have to take notes and learn. I wrote this book 20 years ago. 10 life lessons on how to find your why now and achieve ultimate success. You learn how to release the shackles on your life and explode your levels of success. And I'm not just talking success business-wise. I'm talking success in freedom, success in your mind, success in accomplishments and achievements. I mean, right now, the baseball players, how insane is that? They can't travel to Canada because of a stupid vaccine, but people compromised. And that's why number 2, the second secret tonight, the second secret on how to live all out as a conservative and compromised world is zero compliance and zero compromise. Zero compliance. Just a mask, or that's just their thing. Oh, that's okay. But when you comply, you're giving people a public announcement that you are one they can control, because compliance equals control. Compliance equals control. It is so important as I say that, because I see too many people compromising, giving up. And that's why they want to absolutely shut you down. See, we are in an active war in America right now for compliance, compromising, and shutting businesses down and controlling it. Look at the sports world. Every athlete, like it says right here, it says, while the NFL, NBA, NHL, and WNBA have all reported that nearly all of the players have been vaccinated, baseball's a different story. Major League Baseball has never revealed the vaccine rate among its players. Instead, it said that 88% of Tier 1 employees have been vaccinated by the end. This is such a scam. The vaccination is such a freaking scam. It's a bioweapon. That's why they said, well, we're going to vaccinate as many as we can. Then we're going to start a war. It's all a distraction to shut the economy down. It's all about the economy. That's why God's going to supernaturally open up the heavens for those of you that walk by faith. Faith stands and fear runs. Don't comply. We're in America. Capitalism. Capitalism kills a deadly virus of communism. Start to believe, how self-belief, be a tither, understanding giving, and all these. And the problem is the Christians. These problems, these Christians, and I'll say it again. When I do events and there's people that I make a commitment to, and I represent that commitment with my word. Your word is everything, because when somebody compromises their word, that's the beginning of a bad seed, because it becomes part of a lifestyle. A little white lie is them compromising and compromising their integrity, compromising their honor. I'm very strong. That's why we're one of the most banned voices out there. Hey, look, we're not for everyone. Our events are for true Americans, true patriots. My show is for true Americans, true patriots who understand. I'm not the guy that says this week, this date, that date, this date's going to happen. No, you got to make a decision today that will change your life forever. You got to get out and fight the great fight of faith. So important. It's so important. So I ask it, I ask you right now, where in your life do you believe that you've compromised? Where do you believe that you've complied a little? Well, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have went there. I should have put my foot down. I should have drawn that line. See, 3 secrets on how to live all out as a conservative. I don't wear a mask. I believe in traditional values. I wrote a report, what it means to be a true conservative patriot, willing to take a stand by faith and fight back against the radicals for the future of America. The Conservative Business Journal, our logo, which is an awesome shirt we have. Also, make sure you guys watch our Conservative Marketplace TV special episode when I highlighted all of our shirts, our We the People Fight Back event shirts, the American Patriot shirt, the Faith Stands at Fear One shirt, the Conservative Business Journal shirt, the Let's Go Brandon shirt, the We the People shirt. Tremendous episode. And you could find that episode on my Rumble channel. You could find it on my Telegram channel. You could find it on my Cloud Hub channel. You could find it on my podcast platform, on the audio podcast platform. And it says right here, it says, my value system of faith, family, and freedom, it literally breathes life into the vision for the Conservative Business Journal movement. There's nothing more important than my Christian faith and my love for my family. As an American, I have the freedom to serve my God and protect my family by standing on my conservative values that were instilled in me by my Italian grandparents and parents. Enough is enough. Stop compromising. Stop the BS. Stop compromising the crap. People compromise. We're in such a season right now. And I challenge all of you. Are you going to compromise? You're going to stand strong. Oh, that's good for them. No. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody's compromising their integrity and honor. We are in such a war. It's one thing why people don't like me. I challenge them on their integrity. Oh, do me. Well, many of you don't know me 20 years ago. My wife does, obviously. In my book, I talk about it. This is what it says right here. I'm dedicated to integrity. Integrity. Look it up. Words are derived in 3 languages: Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. That's a derivative of a word. What's it derived from? What's the root? Integrity. It says right here. My success is attributed to some very important people in my life. My parents, Philip and Mary Ann Lemme, raised me to be an honorable man and never take the easy way out. My grandfather, Philip Lemme Sr., taught me the value of earning an honest income, and that integrity is the foundation for success. Integrity. We lost it all. And we got banned. 72 hours. They shut us down. They suffocated. They challenged me. I could have compromised. 2 seconds. Play games. Went back online like all these years. Conspiracy theorists got these tons of followers. They're all manipulating you. They're making tons of money playing with your feelings. You sit there at home. Oh my God, it's going to happen tomorrow. Oh my God, you hear about this? This guy got arrested today. Holy crap. Trump's going to be coming to the White House tomorrow. Oh my, no, nothing's happening. You're sitting home doing nothing. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi's down here in South Florida in Delray Beach in Palm Beach County, where they're going to try to steal the election. And you're sitting home playing games, listening to some conspiracy theorists on YouTube with 1 million followers. And I'm banned. Let that sink in. So important. And it's very important that, who you put in your stage represents you. Do you understand the amount of relationships I have? I've interviewed Newt Gingrich, Mike Lindell 4 times, Judge Jeanine Pirro. I ain't no lightweight in this business at all. At all. And as you could tell, I'm in my zone. I've had it with people, ripping people off in line. I've personally had it. And I'm saying to all of you, like my great friend Vince Everett Ellison. Vince, let me tell you something. Vince Everett Ellison and Rebecca Friedrichs, champions, high quality family people. You won't hear them say the F word from stage or these idiots, especially men that curse from stage. You're an insecure men that curse on shows with women on them. You are an insecure, controlling, because women get scared to oh my God, that's the emotional abuse factor. When men think they're so tough, they have to curse and scream and yell in front of women. That's how they emotionally abuse and control females. Look, I've been in this game a long time. You have no idea the amount of events I've spoken to, the boot camps I've done, the people I've coached, and someone needs to hear. That's why I said this whole show is about one person. So you know what, Dilemma? Like they said Tuesday night, you're speaking to me. Stop compromising. Stop complying. Stop saying it's just okay. My old grandfather said, anybody you're around, my grandkids, if I can't put my grandkids in front of them, or if they're not doing if I want to mentor my grandkids, can I put them in front of them? And that's so, so important. My grandfather could put Vince Everett Ellison, and I get wound up because Vince is such a true champion. So here's Vince on Tucker Carlson the other night. Now, Vince will be on my platform on our stage June 3rd, June 4th, We the People Fight Back event. And Vince is not a speaker. It's a very rare appearance. He's an author. He's an expert. He's a family man. He's very successful. He doesn't travel the country every other weekend at some other stage. So it's a rare, because he knows 99% of events are a joke. But he'll be here live at us in Naples, Florida. So here's Vince on Tucker.
Party for years has as its central mission divided Americans on the basis of race. What's going on here? Well, Vince Everett Ellison has seen this happen throughout his own life, thought about it more deeply, and expresses its details more clearly than virtually anyone we've ever spoken to. We talked to him for a new episode of Tucker Carlson today. Here's part of our conversation.
It's no way that I could justify what was going on in the black community with the black church. Because Jesus said there will be false prophets that will come. His disciples said, how will you know them? He said, you will know them by their fruits. Not by what they do, not by what they say, but what they produce.
That's right.
And when I looked at the black community and I saw that the fruit was rotten, the tree had to be rotten. He said, you will not get good fruit from a rotten tree, nor rotten fruit from a good tree. Each fruit and tree will be after its kind. So when I looked at the black community and I looked at the black church, I said, what's going on here? And I went down into the black community and I saw that I didn't see any white Republicans, because they were telling me it was white Republicans that were keeping black people down. You see a leprechaun before you saw one in the ghetto. Guess what I saw? A lot of black Democrats. And amongst them, I saw three entities making a lot of money off the progress, off all the chaos. The black preacher, the black politician, and the black civic organizers. And they were all conduits for the white liberals in the Democrat Party.
Vince Everett Ellison. What a guy. That's it for us.
And Vince Everett Ellison will be live with us at We the People Fight Back event, guys. June 3rd, June 4th. Let me tell you something. Quality, class, patriotism, success, class, 5-star, spirit of excellence. Vince Everett Ellison. Don't compromise. Don't compromise. Don't comply. Pay attention, people. This message is not for everyone. This will probably have me, many people probably unfollow me from this one. But this message is about somebody listening, and you know what? I've complied. Would I make the Gideon cut? Would I be the 1%? Zero compliance. Zero compliance. Here's another great clip of, and this is Vince on Laura Ingraham last week.
In my book about public education and how the Democrat Party is against school choice. Look,
and you'll hear my wife make a comment.
Perfectly clear. The Democrat Party and the
Who
teachers
is that
union
good-looking guy on our TV?
They work together to do two things: to either indoctrinate or to demoralize.
Big Vince.
Go Vince.
Vince letting her rip.
America's hell. Always has been.
It's good, man.
Always will be. And C.S. Lewis told us that hell is a choice.
There you go.
And I wondered what was he talking about. But then I see it. People that choose to vote for a party that will disarm you, indoctrinate your children into gender reassignment, and will just keep you in a ghetto where the songs and the lyrics and the movies tell you that the people are living in hell, are choosing to live in hell. But we have an option. We can decide to vote for candidates that support school choice, vouchers, charters, tax credits, and get our children out of the government school system. All school teachers are not bad. Some are very, very good. Some are terrible. But the teachers union are an evil institution, and they're connected to another evil institution, and that is the Democrat Party leadership in America.
Now, Chris, I want to...
Guys, let me tell you something, because Vince Everett Ellison never compromised, never complied, and tremendous success story. Read both his books. Once again, he will be with us. We the People Fight Back event live. Make sure you secure your ticket. All of our events always sell out. This one's going to sell even faster. We're like at 65% spoken for. Make sure you guys visit WeThePeopleFightBackEvent.com. You can use coupon code CBJ to have an instant $100 savings off your incredible ticket. Our events of 5-star, spirit of excellence, structured, focused, 22-page workbook. High class name tag, VIP dinner. I have the actual menu here from the last event. I mean, it's top notch. I mean, everyone's there. The speakers are there the whole time. They don't come in for like 5 or 10 minutes and all that. That's a bunch of crap. That to me is not honorable. I mean, that's just wrong. But everyone's right to their own opinion. It's just a fact. I mean, that's just the way I choose to operate. I mean, that's just a fact. So I'm not playing games, and I'm talking about zero compliance and zero compromise. That's zero, like not happening. So make sure ask yourself a deep, heartfelt question. Where have I compromised? Where have I complied just a little bit? What relationships do I have to disengage? You see, sometimes in life, relationships like an emergency brake. You're trying to drive and nobody can see an emergency brake in a car. And I was reading my book today. It's powerful. one of my powerful books, The 7 Principles to Live a Champion Life. It's my longest book. It's my thickest book I've written. It's very deep. Most people can't handle reading this because it'll make you look at yourself in the mirror and be very accountable and really makes some serious decisions. But I talk about an emergency brake. And when you're driving your car, even in the fancy cars, where you press a button and the brake goes on, and it locks the transmission from moving at all. It's emergency brake. But nobody can see that it's on. But people are driving. The car could be cleaned. It could be waxed, compound, gorgeous, sparkling clean. I mean, the windshield's so clear, it looks like there's no glass on it. But behind the scenes, the brake is on, and you press the gas. You're accelerating, but you're going nowhere because there's something holding you. That's where people are right now. There's something holding you back, and people can't see it. But I'm challenging you guys. What's holding you back? Who is it? What is it? And why is it? Make a decision. Stand by faith. And number 3, guys, is support fellow conservatives. Support fellow conservative businesses. And I want to thank all of you that support Conservative Marketplace. We are Amazon's worst enemy. And our Conservative Marketplace TV is a home run. You're going to see an episode my wife and I are going to do on all the jewelry and accessories. And I want to make sure, once again, guys, visit conservativemarketplace.com. 150 plus products growing every day. 5% of proceeds goes to Heartbeat of Miami. A wide variety of products. All of my books is self-published on there under the book category. All of our health supplements, all of our shirts from our shirt episode. I'll keep that offer going again. When you go on there, for any shirt you invest in, from our wide variety of shirts, sizes, colors available, and we ship all around America, you guys will get 5 faith stands and fear on wristbands. Look, 15 days to flatten the curve was to shut down businesses. So support fellow conservatives, identify people's values, shop with them, support their businesses. I try to support conservatives as much as possible. Uncle Eddie's a great friend of mine. Eddie's Restaurant in Jupiter, Florida, put the signs out and said, look, if you support Biden after the Afghan debacle, this restaurant's not for you. Look, I'm not for everyone. There's no question in my mind. I know for a fact I am not an influencer that's for everyone. I'm not for every event. I've been building for years. I don't play games. I have mentorship I have to be accountable to. I wrote a great email today. One of my great friends, no reason to mention his name, but he made a decision based upon honor, integrity, and commitment, not money. Honor, integrity, and commitment. And God will bless him supernaturally. So that's why, guys, support fellow conservatives. And that's why visit conservativemarketplace.com. Share the Conservative Marketplace. Let people know that's there. Because, look, they want it. That's why they want to suffocate us. Look, we lost a multi-million-dollar business. Brian is on tonight. I see Brian's on. Brian's been on every show. I have no idea how God's good green earth he gets notified when we go live. Brian was on the shows when I used to have 2 moderators live, because we used to have a troll alert. I'd have upwards of 30, 40,000 people live online, and then upwards of 100,000 views afterwards. It was wild. But all of a sudden, big tech got a hold of, wait a minute, this voice coming out of this microphone, he ain't compromising. He's not compliant. He's not saying things we want him to say. So we keep him on, because I answer to God, not some fake God, not some fake Christian, not these fake Christians who cower, who back down, who lie. Deceit. It's horrible. It's grotesque. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So when I say all this, and I'm saying to everybody too, guys, make sure once again, follow me on Cloud Hub. And I thank you, Dr. Betsy. I love your commitment to integrity. That's what it's all about. This last week has been a very strong, I feel the breaking in the spirit, especially the conversation I had with someone today. I've had it because I see people manipulate people. They play with people's minds. I talk about this book, Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made. I did this. I've mentored people who've been going through mental disorders. I've had people come off antidepressant drugs and sleeping drugs. You guys have no idea the track record. If you guys read this book about leadership and belief and self-belief and affirmations and affirming who you are. And I just see people manipulate people, all for control. So that's why this, as I did last Tuesday, this is a very strong message. Integrity is the core of who you are. And I talk about it in my book. Commitment and integrity is proven when no one else is looking. When no one else, what decisions will you make? Do you know the decisions we make in our business? Do you know if If I wanted to make money quickly, it's so horrible. I could have a 7-figure radio show host job because people say I have an engaging personality. I'm an influencer. I've spoken all around the country. I love America. I have no holds barred. Just get vaxxed and you'll get a 7-figure radio show host deal with a big name. Are you out of your mind? Big problem, big opportunity. So I challenge all of you. You see, that's the reason why people go, how is Nancy Pelosi? I mean, look, last Friday there was a rhino fest here in Florida. There was more rhinos in one area than a friggin' zoo. And we didn't go because I'm not going to patronize that. I'm not going to go there for a photo op. I'm way beyond photo ops. Photo ops are all about serving. It's deep statement. And yet Nancy Pelosi, most people don't know, because what happens is most people I choose not to watch the news. Well, we actually run the conservative Israel. I actually have to watch the news to broadcast the news and know what's going on. Most people don't notice about the vaccines and the restrictions that hit Major League Baseball. I mean, they control the sports. They shut down the sports, shut down the money, then vax all the players. It's going to be catastrophic stuff going on in the next 6 months to a year. You better be under the covering of God, and God is doing the getting season. God is looking for those to make those decisions. So Nancy Pelosi, she was here this weekend, and nobody even knows this. People were blown away that I reported this. Nobody knows that Nancy Pelosi, that freak show, was in Delray Beach. Now pay attention here. In Delray Beach, there's many drawbridges in South Florida. When you're going over the intercoastal, there's a drawbridge. Well, quote unquote, the George Bush drawbridge, I'll say the name, George Bush, the ultimate rhino, deep state, George Bush bridge broke 6 weeks ago. Supposedly broke. Just like Epstein's dead. Supposedly broke. Now, just so happens that Nancy Pelosi and Mayor Gay Pete, because he is gay, so I'll call him Mayor Gay Pete, that they're putting together this infrastructure deal. And listen to her. This is in Delray Beach, Florida, where they're going for the steal in Palm Beach Gardens, Palm Beach County. That's why make sure you watch Kathy Gwenville's podcast. Kathy Gwenville, I interviewed her for an hour and 15 minutes. Remember, on my podcast, you just download the app, search feature. It's alphabetical order. Just put Quenville, Quenville. If you put QUN and hit search, it will come up. The app is so easy on a smartphone. Most of you will not even invest the time. Download the free app and listen to all Mike Lindell's 4 episodes. I've been consistently podcasting for years. I'm actually, other people go, I'm a podcast. They don't even have a podcast. They say they're a podcaster. Talk about integrity. They don't even have a podcast. I'm a podcaster. You don't have a podcast. Duh. How classic is that? Interesting, right? But that's another night for another rant. So Quenville, Quenv. You also can visit conservativebusinessjournal.com, our main website, conservativebusinessjournal.com. And under the menu feature, it says podcast. Click on there. Go down the library of episodes. Quenville, listen to it. Share it. Get the real news out. They're going to steal. They're going to go for the steal in Palm Beach County. So here is Nancy Pelosi this Saturday in Delray Beach, Florida. It's Delray Beach. Nobody even knew about it. We did, and we reported it.
Looking at here is a Local 25 News in Florida. That's the famous hat lady down here, the Democratic demon. This is Nancy Pelosi in Delray Beach today at a broken bridge. Just so happened to be that the George Bush Bridge has been broken in Delray Beach for a little over 4.5 to 6 weeks now. And she said that the multi-billion-dollar infrastructure bill put together by Mayor Gay Pete, that is going to change because there are billions of dollars put into infrastructure. She's in Palm Beach County, and I've been saying it, mark my words, if we don't continue to expose election corruption in Palm Beach County, the state of Florida will be stolen into Palm Beach County. There's 13 electronic voting machines active right now in Palm Beach County. These are all criminals ready to steal the election in November. You better wake up, everybody, and expose election corruption. Difference between corruption and integrity. Nancy Pelosi's in Delray Beach, people, by the broken George Bush Bridge, that she uses that as a fake broken bridge to say that the $1 billion gay Mayor Pete bill is going to do the infrastructure for the billions of dollars. So just remember this, and I've been saying it, Palm Beach County's, so everyone plays games at all these other places. And I'm telling you right now, Palm Beach County, got to expose it.
Guys, it's so even as I rewatch that, it's so important. So make sure you are the voice. You're speaking the truth. You're letting people know you're wearing your patriotic shirts. You're wearing your patriotic apparel. You're feeding your mind. You're reading the right books. I mean, make sure you visit once again conservativemarketplace.com. Take a look at the category books. You'll see all my books in there, plus Dr. Chris's book, which he wrote 6 years ago about Big Pharma. It's amazing what all these COVID celebrities are doing. I mean, there's COVID celebrity doctors selling crap. I mean, they're white labeling powdered crop to sell you. They're just manipulating and feeding up. Look, I said this show is for one person. Some people will disengage, follow me, listen to me. Wow, that's pretty strong, Bill. I mean, some people that's just their thing. Look, it's fine. I have no issues with it. But I know last Tuesday when I delivered this message live in front of a room, and that whole episode is also on all of our channels to view. It moved a lot of people. See, support fellow conservatives. See, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, your business should explode. You heard Jeff Younger on my show. He said there isn't enough millionaires or billionaires as conservatives. And he's 1,000% right. George Soros is, no different, quote unquote, God birthed him. I don't know. I think he's going to go to hell, the guy, if he doesn't accept Christ. I mean, he's definitely demonic. It's just a fact. I mean, but why can't you be a multi-billionaire? We're definitely building Conservative Business Journal and Conservative Marketplace TV to be a multi-billion-dollar company. That's just a fact. And I'm not fearful of saying that, because when you lose it all, just like when Bud Paxton began Home Shopping Network, many of you don't know his story. He bankrupted and lost it all. And he sold his company. He started all over again. And he built a multi-billion-dollar company because he had people around him in the beginning and tried to screw him. And I've studied business for my entire career. And right now, let me tell you something. Politics is a business. And 15 days to flatten the curve is 15 days to shut the economy and force people to socialism. You haven't seen anything yet with the famine. You better be under the covenant of God. You better be a tither. You better be around the right people. And you better be supporting fellow conservative businesses. So that means when you make a purchase like with us, 5% of proceeds goes to Heartbeat of Miami. We're also a gross tithing company. I've been saying this in all my books. I mentioned tithing. I mean, this is so important. And then I want to show one more clip, and I'll wrap this up. Rebecca Friedrichs is solid. I just had Rebecca on last week on our show. Solid. She should be here, back by popular demand. Rebecca is absolutely a tremendous warrior. I mean, literally, we talked about how we believe, Justice Scalia was the fifth vote. She won the case, and a month after that 5-4 vote, and it was supposed to confirm it, Scalia was found dead. Very, very, very deep podcast episode. Rebecca Friedrichs, who President Trump had speak at the 2020 RNC convention about school unions. She will be live. She was here in August, and she shut the house down. Professional, family woman, class act, sharp. Here's a quick clip from Rebecca from my show last week, and she is awesome, Rebecca.
And your listeners, I'm sure your listeners are well versed in history. Just think back to Nazi Germany. If you start researching some of the testimonies from Nazi Germany, you will find out that the children were being sexualized at that point too. Nazis, communists, they're all atheists. They always work to sexualize the children. They always work to destroy the family. They always work to destroy morals. They do not believe in God like we believe in God. They do not follow the 10 Commandments. In fact, the 10 Commandments used to be hanging in our public schools in America. It was the teacher unions and their friends who got them removed. So these are people who are in a full frontal attack mode against our values. We have the majoritarian values. America is great, as Alexis de Tocqueville said, because America is good. And these people want America to be evil. They want it to be led by truly satanic forces. So, and then they call people like me satanic for fighting against them. So it's a little projection on their part, right? Sure. So it's really an emergency that we fight them, and that we call a spade, and that we rescue our children from this. It's truly, I don't think a lot of people realize how bad it's gotten. They think the schools are like they were when they were young. And I got to tell you, when we were young, the schools weren't as good as they used to be, the way our founders developed them, because they have been slowly
But it's
eroding
that
them.
little bit of compliance. You know,
And I'd like to remind your listeners, I'm sure your listeners are develop them, because they have been slowly
but it's
eroding
that
them.
little bit of compliance. You know, guys, and that's why when I chose to, you know, she's a warrior, Rebecca. You talk about these she hasn't compromised at all. Zero compromise, zero compliance. That's why I make sure, guys, you're here to see Rebecca Friedrichs is phenomenal. And Rebecca will be at the event the entire 2 days. Matter of fact, here's a great review of Rebecca. She was one of the last champions to leave the event room back in August. Not like we speak, oh, I'm going to only speak for time. I'm going to be there for just 20 minutes. Well, I'll just come in and I got to come in and speak. And I got to leave. I got to come in. I got to leave. Usually they'll take their pay off, pay to play, and an event host puts them on it to make money. It's greed. Ha. That's greed, baby. That's greed, baby. That's greed. That's called greed 101. Man, people better realize that. So here's where is this? This is pretty awesome. Here it is. Wait, oops, sorry about that. I get wound up as people come in for an event and they leave like me. I'll speak at the event, but I'm gonna be there for a half a day. I'm just gonna speak for half a day, and I gotta leave. I gotta leave. Huh? What? What do you think you are? Oh, I'm so important. I gotta leave. I gotta leave. I gotta go somewhere else. It's freaking idiots. Freaking idiots. So here's Rebecca. It's awesome.
Conservative Business Journal's We the People Fight Back event is one of the best events I've attended all year. Well, in the last decade. What did I love about it as a speaker? Well, Christy and John Lemme are the most incredible hosts. Never stressed. They answered my questions immediately. They were so just kind, and they spoiled me as a speaker. I enjoyed it so very much. The other thing I enjoyed about a speaker was a receptive audience. They were amazing. People who really are patriots and who really believe in fighting for America. I was so thankful for them. As an attendee, I enjoyed this event because I was around a whole room full of people who have who think deeply, who have open minds, who love America, and who are fighting for her. And so I just really enjoyed being together with like-minded people who love this country and want to save her.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna wrap it up on that one because that says it all. That says it all. That is a serious warrior, Rebecca Friedrichs. And she kind of sums up this whole message. 3 secrets on how to live all out as a conservative and compromised world. Keep speaking the truth. Zero compliance, zero compromise. That's Rebecca. Wow. And support fellow conservative businesses, guys. Support fellow conservatives. Make sure, like she said, you heard her say to my show last week, when she was here, people purchased the book like crazy. Support fellow conservatives, and then one more point before we conclude, guys. And obviously, let me show one more. My man Mike Lindell. Obviously, I know Mike very well. I want to share a quick commercial for him. Support him. MyPillow.com, promo code CBJ.
Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. During these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. For example, you can get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99 a set. That's a savings of 60% and the lowest price in history. And remember, they're made with the world's best cotton, grown where the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River all meet. They come with my 10-year warranty, and I guarantee they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. So go to MyPillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen, or call the 1-800 number below to get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99, the lowest price in history. If you do it right now, I'm also going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you, and God bless.
So guys, once again, make sure you visit MyPillow.com. Use promo code CBJ. And look, what we covered tonight, keep speaking the truth. Rebecca Friedrichs, keep speaking the truth. Vince Everett Ellison, keep speaking the truth. John Lemme, keep speaking the truth. That's why our event, We the People Fight Back event, June 3rd, June 4th, powerful. I appreciate the sponsors, the supporters, and this is a series. There's so many wannabe events in the patriotic movement. There's just so many of them. It's, and I definitely challenge some crossing bridges tonight. I'm not playing games. This isn't a game. There's people's lives at stake. Every time I speak to somebody in the audience, there's people's lives at stake. This isn't a game. Zero compliance, zero compromise. Most of you have to build up your self-belief and your confidence. That's why you have to read some self-development books. That's where our company's called the Lemme Development Group. You got to develop yourself, develop your strength, develop your confidence to make that decision to step out. And then support fellow conservatives. Support, once again, conservativemarketplace.com. Shop around, share the site. We appreciate it. That's God gave me that vision after they literally suffocated our business. They shut everything down. Google ads, all of our revenue on every stream out there from media company. They basically wanted to shut us down, mute our voice, keep us silent, because obviously America's based upon capitalism, fair market value. So guys, make sure you visit conservativemarketplace.com. And guys, look, we're in the fight of our lives in this country. And the enemy works in distractions and deceptions. It's manipulation. That's how Bernie Madoff works. Bernie Madoff was very arrogant. He didn't like confident people. I studied the series of American Greed, the sociopaths. Sociopaths don't like you look people straight in the eyes and expose the truths. So tonight, I believe this message, someone's going to say, you know what, John? I have to get to that zero compliance, that zero compromise. I have to keep speaking the truth. And I have to support fellow conservatives. I know I could have been in your marketplace more. I have to shop around it. I have to look around there more. There's things there's products I should own on there. Look, share it, spread it. And make sure you visit conservativebusinessjournal.com, submit your email, or we have some of the greatest writers out there. And you heard Rebecca said a great review about We the People Fight Back event from a speaker's perspective, from the way we treated her to then how she was treated at the event. Because our event's just 200 people. 200 people, classroom style. No one's there for just 3 hours and leaves. It's not a friggin' fiasco. That includes attendees and speakers. And then she talked about, obviously, being around the right people, the patriots. So, guys, I just want to tell you, we love you guys. We believe in you. Yeah, I'm strong. And you read my books. I believe in the best of you. Inside the word challenge is change. If you're not challenged, if people get coddled, they grow. If you break a bone, you have to walk. You have to strengthen. You have to work out. You have to put some pressure on it to grow. You can't just sit around and do nothing. So, guys, with that said, good night. God bless you. Thank you very much. And once again, grab a pen that writes. I suggest to re-listen to this and share this episode. Definitely a strong episode, a deep episode, an intense episode. And I was inspired by the many stories we heard last Tuesday when I spoke this event live. And I didn't show, last week I showed all of our cancellations being canceled here, banned here, shut down. What would you do if you lost it all? You find your why. What would you do if you lost it all? Would you quit? Would you compromise? Most will. 99% will. That's what is 1% Gideon. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. Good night. God bless you. This week, I believe Thursday night, I'll have Dr. Betsy live. We're going to be doing a show about 5G and the vax and all that crap going on. So we're exposing all that. I believe it'll be 8:30 Thursday night. That'd be Thursday the 24th. Guys, good night. God bless you. You're awesome. So I want to see if there's any comments I want to comment on. You guys are awesome. Dr. Betsy, thank you for your comments on Cloud Hub. And for everyone else out there rock and rolling, it's on. I like what my wife said, hey, event host, who you put on your stage is representative of your heart. Boy, that is so good. That's so good. And once again, you guys can use coupon code CBJ at WeThePeopleFightBackEvent.com. Coupon code CBJ and save an instant $100 off your ultra all-inclusive VIP ticket. Everyone's a VIP ticket. At my events, I don't put VIP, the no VIP. It's ultra all-inclusive VIP ticket. So good night. God bless you. You're awesome. And you can always call, text too. Once again, 561-847-3467 or email team, team at conservativebusinessjournal.com and just put the word ticket in your email or your text, and we will be our pleasure to immediately return your call or email and secure your ticket for you and answer all your questions you may have.